understand the importance of initiation vows. Because the sankalpa is the Shakti of Atma. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Shri Krishna says, Indrari, that above the senses, there's a mind. And above the mind, intelligence is there. And above the intelligence, there is a soul. Krishna says, he means soul. Third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, verse number 41, 42. So, we understand the knowledge from by using our intelligence. But Shakti, to follow it, to become determined, I want to follow it. That Sankalpa Shakti comes from the Atma. That is the Atma Shakti. And that's what Narad is saying in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sankalpat Jayate Kamaha. Krodho Kama Jayate. The Sankalpat Jayate Kama. We should be determined. We should make a determined plan in our life that I will do it. I will do it. Because several times we are able to discriminate what is right, what is wrong. But to get that determination that I will do the right thing is very rare, hard. So even after discriminating, the smart shastram pramanam te kar vyavasitu, knowing what is right, what is wrong. But if you are not determined to do the right thing, it's useless. Just by knowing that what is right, what is wrong, and not doing the right thing, useless. So that Shakti comes from the Sankalpa. And Sankalpa, initiation vows is like a Sankalpa. We take the vows with Sankalpa in front of our spiritual master, in front of the Agni, we do the Yajna also. And so many assembled Vaishnavas are there who are witnessing this wonderful ceremony. In front of everyone, we take this vow. That's what it mentioned, that for a devotee, for a disciple, vows like it should be like a life and soul. And that should be the ornament. A disciple has the ornaments of the Sankalpa, promise what he has given to his spiritual master. I will do this, I will do this, I will do this. So this is how a disciple, spiritual master is sitting, and disciple, he takes the vows in front of him. That from today on, I will do this, this, this. And Prabhupada said, that's a gentleman promise. It should not be broken. Right? But that's gentleman promise. Actually, by this time, by the time of initiation, we should come on this level. That whatever we commit, we should be very honest. And we should be able to follow these four, at least the four principles, what we have been given by Mercy of Sri Prabhupada throughout our life, till our last breath. That should be our intention, that should be our dedication, and that should be our determination. So by this time, we should be able to realize this. Otherwise, we can take some more time. It's not about it. We can take some more time. So in this lesson, we will try to complete strictly following initiation vows, challenges faced following initiation vows, the solutions to the challenges, and steps of rectification. So these are the four regulatory principles. The Nisheth, Vidhi and Nisheth, do's and don'ts. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto 17th chapter, verse number 24. Tapah shaucham daya satyam iti padah krite kritah. Dharmasha ashamsha trayo bhagana. Trayo means in this age of Kali, almost 3 legs are bhagana, has been destroyed. What is that? Ismayah sang madah tava. The pride means when you start killing the animals. Pride is one which destroyed the daya. And Sangha destroyed your Saucham. Asat Sangha. And Madaya means intoxication. So that destroy your Tapa. Only Satyam up to some extent in this age of Kali. That's what in the age of what we saw, that the bull is standing on only one leg. 3 were destroyed by Kali. absolute truth that Krishna is the supreme personal Godhead. This is lying in this message of Kali. So this 4 regulative principles comes from Srimad Bhagavatam. Sometimes people ask from where it came. No eating, no intoxication. Because Sas says Daya Tapaha Saucham Satyam. But where specifically it is mentioned about no meat eating, no intoxication. So in this chapter only, the verse number 38. Abhyarthitas tada tasmai asthanani kalaya dadau. Very nice. Yatha adharmasya chaturvidaha. Very nice. We should remember this shloka, very important shloka. So, abhyarthitas tada tasmai sthanani kalaya dadau. Sthanani means kalaya dadau. Kalaya means Kali. When Kali asked Parikshit Maharaj, please give me some place in your kingdom. So sthanani dadayo, that was given by Parikshit Maharaj, the 4 places. And yatha adharmasya chaturvidaha. These 4 places are 4 pillars of irreligion, adharma. And what is that? Dyutam. Dyutam means gambling. You see? Dyutam, panam. Panam is intoxication. Istriya, this is sex. And shuna means meat eating. So these 4 are the pillars of adharma. That is why it has to be avoided. Who wants to walk on the path of dharma, they should avoid these 4 adharma. So this is our regulative principles, and this is the vow we take on the day of initiation, that we will not commit this. I was reading Prabhupada answer last week, I think. Prabhupada said we were not knowing what is this actually. Right? Prabhupada said that I was not even knowing that what is this, because we never encountered these things. This is Srila Prabhupada. He's saying in the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto of 16th chapter, verse number 35, very important verse, 29-74. Importance of following initiation vows. He said, I cannot give you protection. That is not possible. It is not very difficult to follow the 4 regulative principles. These things should be stopped if you will want to be serious. Otherwise, make a fast and do whatever you like. I cannot give you protection. So Guru gives protection provided if you follow the instruction of Guru. The promise which he makes to our spiritual master, if you don't follow, there is no protection. That's what Prabhupada is saying. That is not possible. So you must have to follow these rules and regulations. That's what we have to understand. The Guru gives us a process. I think we discussed at the beginning also. And that process is so potent, which will deliver us, provided we follow the process given by the Guru. So that process, the Bhakti Yoga, the Vidhi is important. That Vidhi, Bhakti Yoga. If you are serious, Prabhupada said, then take initiation. It's a very important point. Otherwise, it's not just a show off or just not a matter of some peer pressure or it's not like that. We can wait for some more time, not a problem. But it is a serious business. Because in material world, you see, sometimes we make promises and we don't know. We just keep on going. We try to adjust. But here, such things will not work. We have to be very, very honest. And we should try to follow this. And by this time, by the time of that we come on the platform that we want to take initiation, it means we have understood the importance of this process. We have understood the importance of taking shelter of a spiritual master in my life, our life. And also we should understand this is serious process, it's serious business. Now the relationship is going to be at very, very high level. We are going to enter into the realm of the Krishna's family, the Guru Parampara, which is very exalted. We are going to enter a very, very exalted family now. So it means that comes with responsibility. We should be responsible for our action. Otherwise, don't make fast. Don't make fast. That is my request. Prabhupada is repeating that word 3 times, he says. 1 time before and now 2 times here. Don't be just try to cheat. One time, one disciple, he was a spy actually of this Communist Party. He came and he was trying to just observe Srila Prabhupada's mission. And he acted, he took initiation. He was in the ashram. And after some time, he left and he went back. So all people, they came, said, Prabhupada, see, he cheated you. He said, no, he did not cheat. He was acting like my disciple. I also acted like a guru. I am not his guru. I did not shout any mercy on him. He was acting, I also acted. So we cannot cheat Guru. We cannot cheat Guru and Krishna. We can cheat the entire world. But he's the biggest cheater. Choro Agragan, he is the number 1 thief. Right? And number 1, he is the number 1 in everything. That's what his Aishwarya is. Jnanam, Vairagyam, everything is number 1. So we cannot cheat. And we should never try to. That's what Prabhupada is requesting, that importance of following initial vows. Otherwise, Guru cannot save us. And we can see that in future. We'll have experience of some devotees, and we can see in our life also. Sometimes some devotees, we say that, "Unka fall down ho gaya," right? You this one, they have fallen after initiation. And one of the main important reason is what? They were not able to follow this. Any one of the regulations. In Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, the verse spoken by Krishna, that even one senses, even a small wind, like a small wind, take your boat right from beginning to destinations, completely different destination. Similarly, even the one sense, if it's not controlled properly, your destination will be different. So that's why we have to be very, very, this is like walking on the edge of the sword. Spiritual life is so serious. All the time. 24/7, we have to be very, very cautious. We should not put ourselves in such a situations where we have to break the regulative principle. Prabhupada writes this in the context of Gajendra Moksha Leela, 8th chapter, 8th canto. He writes that we should not put in ourselves in situations where we become very weak. Like Gajendra, he's very powerful on the land, but he put himself in a situation where he became very, very, very weak. What is that? He was in the water. There Prabhupada writes, such a genius purport. He said, like Gajendra was so powerful, but since he was in water, he became very weak. Similarly, devotees should be very cautious that they should not put themselves in a situation where they become spiritually very weak. Such a wonderful purport. See how Prabhupada related this. Isn't it amazing? When I read this for the first time, I was really amazed. What is this? See the context and how Prabhupada is giving instructions in this also. Right? So we can be very powerful in the devotee association. But the moment we are with the Karmi association, we become very weak. Sometimes devotees say that when we go to India, Prabhuji, तो ठीक से भक्ति नहीं हो पाती है, इतना उत्साह नहीं मिलता है. It means we are in the weaker situation. We have to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. Right, Mataji? Yes.
That time, how we have to take care of ourselves.
Mataji, always. You see, when we go to the ocean, the diver, they always have the oxygen mask. The moment it is gone, they will die. So similarly, when we are in such ocean where everybody is curving only, always equip yourself with a nice sadhana. Early morning, get up, do your sadhana nicely, read some shlokas, talk to some devotee, and then full day you are charged. So always keep your mask together, always, whichever sadhana, no compromise. Bharat Maharaj, when he came to forest, problem was he renounced everything. He renounced everything. In the kingdom, he had big elephants, so many horses, so many animals. He renounced everything and he was attached to one deer. See, he renounced so many, the big kingdom filled with all animals even. Elephant, horses, and he had one small deer. That's also okay. But the problem was, he started compromising his sadhana. By chanting the rounds, he was thinking about that. That was the problem. Because there is no alternative of attentive sadhana. There is no alternative. If that is done, then you are. Prabhupada says, then you are completely protected. Your nice sadhana, every day read. Your nitya seva should not be disturbed. For example, here what you are doing now. You do aarti and everything, right? Wherever you go. If you don't have paraphernalia, do the mansik aarti. Sit somewhere for 5-10 minutes and every day be in touch with your nitya seva, what you're doing. Every day perform the same thing. Don't give any gap. Prabhupada says, one full stop in your spiritual life, the full stop is enough to enter the Maya. Prabhupada says that. You're writing a statement, the moment you get the full stop and you're going to start the second statement, that gap is enough to enter the Maya. It means we should not give the full stop. Your nitya seva should go on every day. Don't give full stop for a single day. Wherever you are, just do a mansik sadhana, do your aarti. Whatever you're doing here, same thing you should do everywhere, not only in your home. Sometime in traveling, while traveling, you do it also. Sing the Mangal Aarti, sing the Sandhya Aarti. Always be in touch with this transcendental paraphernalia. They will protect us definitely. Otherwise, they are not my disciples, Prabhupada says. My advice is always chant 16 rounds minimum, you see, and follow the 4 active principles. All of my disciples must agree on this point, otherwise, they are not my disciples. In fact, none of us can claim that we are a member of Iskcon if we are not doing this. Prabhupada movement actually. Can you read this?
Tapasya for forcing you to make very rapid advancement in Krishna consciousness. If still you are unable to fulfill that promise to your spiritual master, then what is the use of calling yourself devotee and disciple? That is simply pretending. So you should think like this, that I have promised my spiritual master this and now I must obey him without any expectation. Otherwise, I have no business calling myself his disciple. That will be your austerity or tapasya for forcing you to make a very rapid advancement in Krishna conscious understanding. Without tapasya, there is no question of making advancement. So if still the material nature is so much attractive to you that you are unable to sacrifice things in this way, then better you give up the whole thing and do as you like outside.
See, Prabhupada is not compromising. He did not compromise with the principles. Yes.
But if you want to call yourself devotee and serve Krishna in that capacity, then you must avoid these 4 basic principle restrictions under all circumstances without any exceptions. Of course, once, twice Krishna may excuse. That is not very difficult. But more than that, it will become very difficult for Krishna to excuse you. And there is greater risk that everything will be lost despite all of your time and effort spent. Letter to Sankarshana, Bombay, 31st December 1972.
See, Prabhupada is very merciful. He says, okay, once or twice Krishna can forgive you, but not more than that. So don't make it this kind of, like confession. Every week you are doing something and then the weekend you are coming in front of Lord and saying, oh my Lord, please forgive me. And again the same thing. This is the 7th offense against the Holy Name. committing sinful activities on the strength of holy name. So here we have to understand that this liberty principle is so important, because now we are going to take these vows in front of our spiritual master. Now, spiritual master will take the vow in front of Krishna. As I mentioned at the beginning, Krishna will take his words, not our words. So even he will take the vow that please accept this person on my behalf. I'm taking the guarantee. So he's also going to take a vow in front of Krishna. And Diksha Kale, Shishya Kare Atma Samarpan, Sei Kale Krishna Kare Atma Samarpan. At the very same time, Krishna is going to embrace us in the family of this Guru Shishya Parampara. That's why it's a very, very important aspect actually. And we have to understand such things are given to the only very, very rare people. Brahman Brahmite, Kaun Bhagyavan Ji. Because Guru and Krishna both become merciful on such person only when we are really committed for these things. Guru Krishna, Prasad Pai, Bhakti, Lata, Bij. The seed of devotional service will be planted only in those hearts who are really committed, determined to perform this activity, to take the vows. Yes, I do this. Otherwise, defined means to disconnect the relationship with the spiritual master, as I mentioned earlier also. This is a contract, a kind of contract between disciple and spiritual master. If you do this, you will get the mercy. But if you breach the contract, then you will not get. Right? So we have to follow the rules and regulations, and then we'll see the mercies flowing from spiritual masters. Krishna's mercy. Yes, prasadat, Bhagavad Prasad. Bhagavad Prasad will come. Can someone read this, please?
Define means
You have asked.
You have asked if it is true that the spiritual master remains in the material universe until all of his disciples are transferred to the spiritual sky. The answer is yes, this is the rule. Therefore, every student should be very much careful not to commit any offense which will be detrimental to this promotion to the spiritual kingdom, and thereby the spiritual master has to incarnate again and deliver him.
You see, Sri Prabhupada says this. Prabhupada said, again I have to come. That's why it's a very responsible situation actually. We should understand the situation of spiritual master. Since he is taking the vow in front of the Lordship, again he will have to come if we are not following these things. If there's a flaw from our end, again he has to come back. And that will be disservice to him. That will be our disservice to him. Yes.
This sort of mentality will be a kind of offense to the spiritual master. Out of the 10 kinds of offenses, the number 1 offense is to disobey the orders of the spiritual master.
Yesterday I was discussing this point actually. Yesterday in Hindi IDC course, I discussed this point. Out of 10 offenses, this is the most important offense. Once we start disobeying spiritual master, Shiksha or Diksha Guru, because Guru means all Gurus are same. One day Guru. Sometimes we have seen the people, they have so much respect for Diksha Guru. Thus I'm saying Shiksha Guru, this word we should use very carefully. Sometimes we take it very casually. Shiksha Guru is as equal to as Diksha Guru. Prabhupada says that. And the moment we start or we develop this tendency to disobey them or taking them for granted, then all other offenses automatically will come in. Prabhupada says this number 1 offense is disobeying the spiritual master. And we have seen actually, I have seen some few of the devotees at a very, very high stage. I have seen some of the brahmachari and very, very exalted Vaishnavas, 25, 30 years of service. But something happened, slight of disrespect towards spiritual master, ruined, completely ruined. Everything was ruined. This is what we see. Sakala sammane karite shakati devunatha jatha jatha. Sakala sammane. Whatever respect you have in your heart, that everything should be offered to spiritual master. Sakala sammane, karite shakati, whatever energy you have, everything should be offered. Deho nath jatha jatha. The spiritual master is our nath. Tabe to gaibo hari nama sukhe, aparadha hai bekshata. You see? Then only I can chant, oh my Lord, the name of your holy name without offenses, because all other offenses is linked to this. Guru Avagya. So it's a very serious business. A complete different attitude is required. Since we have not brought up in such culture, that's the problem. We don't obey our parents properly. We don't obey our teachers in the school, college. So that attitude is not there at all, actually. We think, okay, fine, we can adjust. Sometimes you just making some show off and this thing, you can adjust. But here, it should be very transparent. So we have to get training. We have to train ourselves. We have to train ourselves. Abhyas. Practice करना होगा. एक बार एक शिष्य गुरु के पास में आया. यही पे His Honor Bhakti Vikas Maharaj, he was sitting. So one by one, they were coming to meet. So one disciple came. Maharaj has a very nice habit actually. Whenever he comes here, he has a list of all his disciples. And he wants to meet one by one, everyone. Everyone he meets. Whenever he comes. So all the camp devotees, families, they will come and one by one they will meet Maharaj as per the convenience. So I was inside, one devotee came. Very nice devotee. He says, Maharaj, as a disciple, what can I offer? As a disciple, what should we offer to a spiritual master to please him? Very nice question. Maharaj looked at him, he smiled. He said, just your pure heart, nothing else. Such a big thing. Because we don't have pure heart nowadays. There's so much duplicity, there's so much anarthas are there. So what he's asking, a very big thing. He says, nothing else, just your pure heart. So that's what they're expecting actually. Because they are taking this position, they are accepting us, they are giving this mercy, just not for the name's sake. There's a very big mission behind this. They are working on a mission to rescue us from this material world, to take us back to Godhead. We don't realize this, but they are very much knowledge of this. So they are always on the mission. That's what they expect from disciples, that they should come up. They should cooperate with the plan of Krishna. They have come to rescue us, to pull us from this filthy place. But still we are, या फिर एक हाथ दे रहे हैं, एक हाथ से पकड़े हुए हैं अभी थोड़ा और टाइम लगेगा. So that's why it is, Prabhupada says, it's very, very important. The number one offense is to disobey the order of spiritual master. Now imagine, now Maharaj said like this. Now that became a life mission for that devotee, that disciple. You yourself asked that, Maharaj, what should I offer to you? And now Maharaj told you कि मुझे आपका शुद्ध हृदय चाहिए. अब पूरा जीवन मुझे अपने हृदय को शुद्ध करना होगा. That should be my life mission, lifetime mission. Otherwise, Guru Avagya हो जाएगी. And that is why we have to be very, very careful when we go to the spiritual master and ask some personal instruction. Should be very, very careful. Almost all the instructions are in this lecture actually. Everything is there wherever he speaks. तो गुरु अवज्ञा से बहुत बचना चाहिए. Yes, next.
The instructions given to the disciple by the spiritual master at the time of initiation should be strictly followed. That will make one advance to the spiritual path. But if one deliberately defies such instructions, then his advancement is hampered from the very beginning.
It's very important also in this aspect. Sometimes we see that our spiritual master is not with us, right? We're not with him. Vapaseva opportunity is not there. Sometimes devotees, disciples, they have not met the spiritual master after initiation any time. It happened during Srila Prabhupada time also. Some of disciples, they never met Srila Prabhupada. But through the instructions, through the complete commitment, giving our heart, as Srila Prabhupada himself, he met twice or thrice, that's all. But he was carrying instruction of spiritual master throughout his life. And he was cultivating those instructions. Similarly, we should cultivate the instruction of spiritual master in our heart all the time. We should, in our heart chamber, the instructions should be kept as an altar, actually. And we should worship them. We should cultivate ourselves just to be completely aligned with those instructions. Then, no matter wherever spiritual master is, we'll get all the mercy of spiritual master. We'll feel that his hand, his mercy is always there. That's how this system works, actually. It's a very, very mysterious process. The spiritual process is very mysterious. Yes.
This define means to disconnect the relationship with the spiritual master, and anyone who defies and therefore disconnects the relationship with the spiritual master can hardly expect the assistance of the spiritual master life after life.
And when Guru Kripa is not there, then the entire world cannot save you, including all demigods. Even Krishna will not look at us. Can you imagine? और गुरु ने हमें त्याग दिया, कोई बचा नहीं सकता. यस्य प्रसादात भगवत प्रसादम, यस्य अप्रसादात न गति कुछ. कोई गति नहीं है फिर उसके बाद कोई गति नहीं हमारी नहीं हो सकती. तो इसलिए जो बहुत गंभीर है, they take this point very seriously. That should become life first priority. I should never ever, through our mind, through our activity, through our speech, karmana mansa gira, kabhi bhi guru ke prati koi avagya nahi. Yes, that's done.
I hope this will clear up this question sufficiently for you.
And whom it is mentioned, you know, you see the name?
Prakash.
It's magic. Maharaj has taken his instruction. Can you see Sri Prabhupada's letter, how he's writing to his disciples? Very clear, very transparent, straightforward, completely loaded instruction, no compromise. No compromise. And can you imagine, Prabhuji Mataji, this letter in 1969? Prabhupada had just started the movement. And Maharaj was one of few disciples who were there with Srila Prabhupada. But even though Prabhupada did not compromise, like at the beginning, sometime to increase or to spread this movement, sometimes you can compromise a little bit. Later on, you try to again come to the strictness. But Prabhupada, right from beginning, his instruction, right from beginning. So, what are the reasons for which we tend to commit the what do you call it? Tend to commit this or break the four devotive principles? What could be the possible reason?
Maya, fall down because of bad association and.
But why we don't try to follow them? What can be the reason?
Laziness.
Very nice. That's one thing. Laziness.
Carelessness.
Very nice. Carelessness.
Not able to control the senses.
Not able to control senses. Very good.
Not
Ignorance.
having association of devotees.
Not having
Association.
devotees. Very nice. So now in these problems, we have a solution also, right? The association of the devotees, controlling their senses, don't become lazy, get enlightened, right? So these are the possible reasons. And Acharya says, we have reason primarily in the three different modes. Mode of ignorance, as you mentioned, ignorance, laziness, this is all a part of mode of ignorance. So devotee who goes in the mode of ignorance, so they tend to commit such offenses. The mode of passion, sense enjoying mentality. Still, I have that mentality of enjoying my senses. As a mode of passion. And mode of goodness, pride. Pride. When pride comes, it means fall down is just a formality. Just waiting. Just a formality. Any moment. So all the three modes, that's why devotee they go Nastraya Guna. Lakshanam hi bhakti yogasya nirgunasya hi udahitam avyavhita ayutaki ya avyavhita ayutaki ya bhakti purushottam. Third canto. This is 29th chapter. Yes. So the Kapil Muni says there that Lakshanam hi bhakti yogasya nirgunasya hi udahitam. We should cross these three modes of materialization. Otherwise, any mode will affect our mentality, and we will be forced sometimes, as Arjuna said, that somebody is forcing me, somebody is forcing us, it seems that, to commit the sinful activities, right? Atha kena prayuktena bala niyojitaha. Third chapter, verse number 36. Okay, so possible solutions could be to avoid this, to avoid any chances or possibility to break this four-unity principle. Very nice. So always be sheltered. Here Acharya has given to have regulated sadhana, number one, our regulated sadhana, to have regulated study of Srila Prabhupada books, hearing lecture of Srila Prabhupada, spiritual master and other senior devotees, make our surrounding very conducive, very important. In office, in home, or wherever you go. I know a few devotees, whenever they travel, they always carry very small altar, a small Guru Maharaj picture. Wherever they go, they will keep there in the hotel also. So we have to always be surrounded with such things. This is a very, very important aspect. Make our surroundings very conducive to practice Krishna consciousness, home and as far as possible at workplace. At workplace also. कैसे कर सकते हैं? Some ideas?
Spread it in the workplace.
Author.
Spread it in the workplace.
Whenever we open our mouth, we can speak about it.
Very nice. Or don't speak. So we can minimize the other mundane talk if it's not needed. And in screensaver, you can put some. Sometime you can see this Krishna's picture, some Vrindavan picture, whenever you have a time. See, just a small incident.
Whenever you're having a conversation with someone.
Yes.
On a desktop, we can have lot of photographs so we can.
Yeah, you can keep actually. In office, you can keep actually. I kept mine off. Everybody has kept.
Every day you can have one copy that shows.
Yes, you can. Yes.
You can keep it in front of you and then.
Very nice. Wonderful.
I have done it in my office. Probably.
Yes, we all can do actually. No problem. If you have a private room, there's no problem. Right, room? Or in phone, you can have screensaver sometime. In the meeting also, you can see open sometime. It's very nice. Sometime during the meeting, you can write Hare Krishna Mahamantra in your diary.
This point.
It was clicking, writing also, writing and clicking also. It's very nice. You see, the Ajamil, what he did, he happened to just see a glance of such a scene, and he was completely impactful. So impactful. Similarly, just a glance of such things is very positive impact. Srila Prabhupada, whenever he came to Los Angeles, he just saw the Ratha from far distance. Immediately he paid obeisances. His entire close world with the dust. Rath was just standing there. Nothing was there in the yard. The Rath was just standing there. Just by seeing the Ratha, He says, Lord Jagannath Rath. So we should make our environment very conducive. Have some shelter in Diksha Shiksha Guru, to whom we can reveal our difficulty in confidence to take proper guidance. If we have such problem, sometimes it's difficult because of our previous sanskaras. Anarthas are very, very strong. So we can reveal our Guhyam Akhyati. We should have at least one devotee, a very good friend, whom you can reveal your heart. It's a very important aspect. In association, we should have at least one. More than one is welcome, but at least one. So that all your problem you discuss with that devotee or devotees, but not outsiders. So that we'll get the proper solution, the spiritual solution. Diligently arrange positive and ongoing higher taste in Krishna consciousness. Very important. See, in due course of time, we should try to get taste in this process. If taste will not come, how long will this mechanically will sit? We cannot. Anywhere. कहीं पर भी अगर आपको स्वाद नहीं आ रहा है, आपके मन से कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, तो फिर जबरदस्ती आप कब तक आते रहेंगे? Prabhupada is saying, diligently arrange positive and ongoing higher taste in Krishna consciousness. Try to get, you see, कि आपको कहाँ पे टेस्ट आ रहा है? It may be Shringar, it may be Kirtan, it may be Japa, something. Some aspect of Krishna consciousness should attract you. You see what is there, but get attracted. To flood our life, having wonderful services, it may be services, festivals, the superior association, pilgrimage with devotees, and so many other things. Like tomorrow we have program in Smart School, Smart Indian School, right? Now just thinking that tomorrow program will be there, Asabha will be there, nice kirtan. It's like a festival on the day of Friday. Every Friday we have a festival. Isn't it amazing? Every Friday you see devotee of festival. Mridang, kartal, singing, dancing, feasting with so many people, nice people, the clean habit people. It's amazing. We should look forward. We should eagerly waiting for this actually. Engaging our talent, skills in the service of the Lord. That also gives a very nice positive engagement. So you can see that, like Mataji makes very nice yoga for the Lordship. Right? So KX, this whatever you need. There's one verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 5th chapter, verse number 22nd. It's about the Kirtan. Beautiful verse. If you read the translation, the purport, the long purport, little long purport, the entire purport Prabhupada has given such a wonderful. Can you read, Prabhu? 1522. Prabhupada is saying that whatever skill you have, physics, chemistry, mathematics, science, art, everything can be used to glorify Krishna. And that is a kirtan, you see. That's the kirtan. Amazing purport. Can you read one paragraph? First paragraph. 1522.
Human intellect is developed for advancement of learning.
Little louder, Prabhuji.
Human intellect is developed for advancement of learning in art, science, philosophy, physics, chemistry,
You see,
psychology, economics, politics, etc.
nothing is left out. Yes. आगे बढ़िए.
By culture of such knowledge, the human society can attain perfection of life. This perfection of life culminates in the realization of the Supreme Being.
That is an important point. Yes.
Vishnu, the Shruti, being Vishnu, the Shruti therefore directs that those who are actually advanced in learning should aspire for the service of Lord Vishnu. Unfortunately, persons who are enamored by the external beauty of Vishnu Maya do not understand that culmination of perfection or self-realization depends on Vishnu. Vishnu Maya means sense enjoyment, which is transient and miserable. Those who are entrapped by Vishnu Maya utilize advancement of knowledge for sense enjoyment. Sri Narad Muni has explained that all paraphernalia of the cosmic universe is but an emanation from the Lord out of his different energy, because the Lord has set in motion, whereas inconceivable energy, the actions and reactions of the creative manifestation. They have come to be out of his energy. They rest on his energy, and after annihilation, they merge into him. Nothing is therefore different from him. But at the same time, the Lord is always different from.
Can you go the first line of the next paragraph?
When an advancement of knowledge is applied in the service of the Lord, the whole process becomes absolute.
That is Kirtan. Because this verse is going to find the Kirtan. What is Kirtan? And Narad Muni says about the Kirtan, Prabhupada gives the purport in the modern context. Narad Muni says, what skill you have, you can use in Krishna service. That is the Kirtan. Prabhupada says, in this world, people are interested in these many subjects: science, arts, commerce, economics, politics. Everything can be used in Krishna. It means whatever talent we have, we should use in Krishna service. That is Kirtan. We are trying to glorify Krishna through our talent skills. That is Kirtan. Yes, please.
Politics
Can be.
I mean, sometimes we find politics to be a very negative, or I don't know, maybe.
Oh, that is a negative note. Actually, this is what we have created, because we have not seen the good politicians. Prabhupada wanted all the politicians. You see, Prabhupada, he wanted to meet Indira Gandhi and who was our Lal Bahadur Shastri, and he wanted to request them that in the member of parliament, and the parliament actually, before they start the session, there should be a kirtan by all the member of parliaments. And if they do the kirtan, if they are Krishna conscious, then they can lead the entire world. See, all our kings were politicians. Raj Rishi, they were knowing how to rule and also how to uplift the entire praja who depend on it. That's what he's saying. Everyone can use the talent or the services in the service of Krishna. Good. Very wonderful point. This is amazing. This purport is amazing. It's very, very, you see Prabhupada, that his compassion, that he wants to include everyone. हम लोग कीर्तन मतलब जो गाते हैं वही कीर्तन करते हैं, right? But Prabhupada says, whatever skill you have, you can use in Krishna service. That is kirtan. You're glorifying Krishna through your services. That's good. Like George Harrison, who was a nice singer. Prabhupada said, you sing or not? He didn't say him, please leave everything and come here. No. He said, use your influence to spread Krishna consciousness. And then he recorded wonderful Beatles group, wonderful, oh my Lord, oh my sweet Lord. The recording. Like that, Prabhupada. Okay. So Prabhupada says there's a secret in overcoming these challenges of especially breaking the four negative principles is what? No time, no opportunity. No time,
No opportunity.
no opportunity. We should try to keep ourselves so much engaged in Krishna conscious services that there should be no time. There should be no time for anything else. For movies, for अभी देखिए सबके घर से टीवी बिल्कुल लगभग खत्म ही हो गया हमारे भक्तों के घर से. कभी ऑफिस में बताइए कि आपके घर में टीवी नहीं है, they will be, what is this?
He doesn't have a TV.
How can you survive? How can you survive without television and this internet and all that?
My friends,
Web series and this thing. How can you survive?
my friends in the class tell me that you live under a rock.
You see? So no opportunity, no time. Otherwise, Maya is very strong. Maya is very strong. Prabhupada, this Prabhupada example is there. Prabhupada was in, I think we discussed before also. He was in Baroda, right? He was in Baroda Janatha Yatra festival. And then Prabhupada had come for the first time in that place. Actually. He was there with his disciples, the Western disciples. And after so many people that came in Baroda, actually. All the people that came for the Yatra. And they saw the Swamiji, they were paying the Dandavat Pranam to Swamiji. And this Western disciples, they were amazed. In America, it doesn't happen like this. Here everyone is paying obeisance to Swamiji. So they thought Swamiji is really great. Prabhupada is so great. Prabhupada understood the mentality. He turned back, he said, no. They are paying obeisance to me because I have conquered the sex desire. Again, Prabhupada started walking. And these disciples were perplexed. And they were thinking very, they had a very inferiority complex, the guilt that you see our situation, we are so fallen, Prabhupada is so great. Prabhupada understood again. Prabhupada turned back. He said, no, it's not like that. He said, the fact is, there is no time to think about these things. I don't have that time. No time, no opportunity. So that is the formula. No time, no opportunity. And we can see that. Sometimes when we are so busy in the festivals, like Janmashtami or when Maharaj comes here, this 1 week, 10 days when Maharaj is there or some devotee is there, we don't even imagine what is going on, in which world we are staying, right? Or in Yatra also, we completely forgotten that we are working somewhere, a place called Kuwait. I told you, a completely different world. Where there's no understanding of this material world actually at all. Like a lotus, being in the water but not touched with the water. So no time, no opportunity. Okay, with this, Prabhupada is saying this last slide of this 7th session. According to the Vedas, there is a certain regulations that if one falls down from his exalted position, he has to undergo certain ritualistic processes to purify himself, which is called prashchita. But here, there is no such condition. Because the purifying process is already there in the heart of the devotee. Due to his remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead constantly, therefore, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare should be continued without stoppage. This is 931, Chipram Bhavati, that verse. Yeah, Prabhupada says in that verse, is a purport of that verse, that we should not endeavor any other process for atonement, for repentance. The Hare Krishna Mahamantra itself is a purifying process. Just keep on doing that. It's a very, very nice verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. You can open 1120, if I'm not mistaken, 1127 or 720. 1127. Jatu karma. There Prabhupada, Krishna is saying that if a devotee at all, he knows that the setback of sense gratification, but still he is unable to leave the sense gratification. Krishna is so merciful. Does Jatu Shraddha Prabhu, that verse?
No.
Huh? What verse? Yes. Can you read the translation?
Among these 3 paths, Jnana Yoga, the path of philosophical speculation, is recommended for those who are disgusted with material life.
No, Prabhuji.
And are thus detached from ordinary fruitive life.
See, I became old.
Is it 11:7:24?
Can you see the verse?
An intelligent person expert in perceiving the world around him. Atma Guru Atma.
One minute, Prabhuji.
Yes, sir.
11, 20, 27. I said 11, 27 is 11, 20, 27. Jatu, yes. It's beautiful translation. It will give so much hope to all of us.
Having awakened
Yes.
faith in the narrations of my devotees, being disgusted with all material activities, knowing that all sense gratification leads to misery, but still being unable to renounce all sense enjoyment, my devotees should remain happy and worship me with great
Keep on
faith
going. Keep on going.
and conviction. Even though he is sometimes engaged in sense enjoyment, my devotee knows that all sense gratification leads to a miserable result, and he sincerely repents of such activity.
You see, Krishna is so merciful. He knows our condition. But sometimes it will be very difficult because of the previous sanskaras, the previous, the karmas. But devotee should genuinely repent. Genuinely repent. In such repentance, all the sins are burned out. So Krishna is very much, he says, my devotee should go on. Happily, he should just engage in service. That's what he's saying. Sometimes unable to leave that. So therefore, he says, the process is only just keep on chanting. For the process, by chanting process, everything will be, in due course of time, all the anathas will be eradicated now. Okay. So this was lesson 7, which was about the following the initiation vow. Very, very important. What are 4 principles?
No eating, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling.
Yes. And we discussed some of the point possible solution which we should do actually to avoid this. Our regulated sadhana, the regular study of Srila Prabhupada books,
Make environment,
shelter of Siksha Diksha Guru, make
environment-
conducive environment, very important point.
environment conducive.
That's why you see devotees, they are very clean always, very clean, neat and clean. Always talk about Krishna only. Coming to house, 95 years old as a Vaishnavas, wear nice Vaishnavas dress at home. It's a very nice thing. People always remind you that you are Vaishnava. You can't do this, you can't do this. Remind yourself. How are they?
Yeah.
It's important actually. अपनी भक्ति को बचाना हमारा स्वयं का कर्तव्य है. Everyone will help, but it is our prime responsibility to save that creeper of Bhakti Lata. We have to save it. It's very clear. Okay, so we have 15 minutes, so I'll end this one because now we have 14 sessions, and before 15th October we have to do it. Guru Puja. Srila Prabhupada, you see, he taught his disciples how to do Guru Puja. Nobody was knowing in the Western countries. But he himself taught them. He taught them that the importance of Guru Puja and how to do it. So here we'll understand regular worship of Srila Prabhupada, very important. The importance of Guru Puja, the formal worship of Iskcon Gurus, and the Ras Puja. The importance of Guru Puja has been described in various scriptures, specifically what we recite every day from Guru Astakam, which is composed by whom?
Vishwanath Chakravarti.
Very nice. Vishwanath Chakravarti. It says Sakshad Haritvana Samasta Sastra, Uktas Tatha Bhavit Evsa. And even Padma Purana, this is spoken by Lord Shiva. Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam. Tasmat Partaram Devi Tadiyanam Samarchana. Tadiya means even paraphernalia, the servant of servant, the devotee of devotee. And then again, another verse which is Adi Purana, spoken by Krishna to Arjuna. Ye me bhakta janah partha name bhakta shakti. That whoever comes and says that I'm your devotee, O my Lord, Krishna says he is not my devotee. Ye me bhakta jana partha. It says, no, he is not my devotee. But mad bhakta naam chaye bhakta. Who comes and says, oh my Lord, I am servant of your servant.
He's my greatest devotee.
Then he says, he is my greatest devotee. Tama. Bhakta Tama. Tama means Uttama. He is my greatest devotee. That's why importance of Guru Puja is very important. And by serving Guru, you have to understand. Please, please. So when Prabhupada started doing this, he said, it is not a self-aggrandizement. It's a real teaching Prabhupada says. Because all scriptures say that, and that's why we have to understand the Vyas Puja ceremony when Spiritual Master is there, and all disciples are there, they're washing their feet, doing the Abhishekam. It is not something that they want to do it. But they understand this is a process for a disciple's upliftment. For disciples, what is the fun, beta? What's the fun going on? Nothing? So Prabhupada says, so this Guru Puja which we are doing, it is not self-aggrandizement. It is real teaching. You sing daily. What is that? Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chite Te Kore. Thus, this is translation. I tell you frankly, whatever little success is there in this Krishna conscious movement, I simply believe what was spoken by my Guru Maharaj. It is because of that. And he says, you also continue that, then every success will come. Because this is the process. Krishna says, Tad Vidhi Pranipati. Krishna has made this policy that you serve my devotees, you'll get my love. And Prabhupada, he did himself, he got success. He says, he's saying to his disciples, you please continue the same thing, same aspect. Serving the spiritual master with your Karmana Mansagira. Karmana Mansagira. That's why this relationship with the spiritual master and disciples, we have to understand. We're emphasizing this point today, actually, it's very, very important. It's very sacred. Spiritual relationship is transcendental, and life after life. That's why we sing that Janme Janme. That spiritual master, Prabhupada himself, he said, that do not, behave in such a way that again I will have to come to rescue you. So Janme Janme Prabhu saying. So life after life, that Prabhu, the Guru, he comes to and deliver us, to rescue us. But if sincere disciples are there, then Prabhupada said, in one lifetime, you can go to back to Godhead. And along with you, I'll also go to back to Godhead. We read that day, that verse on the 4th canto, 12th chapter. Remember that? Dhruv Maharaj episode. Huh? Kisko yaad hai? We had read that verse. The Prabhupada said in the purport that I might be crippled in so many ways, but if one of my sincere disciples, remember that? If he's sincere, then along with him, I may also go back to God. Like Dhruv Maharaj, he took his mother. So we can make our Guru happy, by this, our sincerity. He becomes very pleased because his works becomes very easy. He has come here to rescue us, to deliver us. And if you yourself get up and start walking towards that path, he becomes very happy. And he doesn't have to pull you. He can spend his energy somewhere else. Formal worship of Iskcon Guru's Pranam Mantra, very important. Now we have to see Srila Prabhupada position and our Guru Maharaj. You understand, Srila Prabhupada is having a very unique position in Iskcon. That's why his puja is everywhere in all centers, every day we do. But हम अपने गुरु महाराज की पूजा रोज नहीं करते हैं या publicly नहीं करते हैं, right? But Prabhupada की पूजा हम publicly करते हैं. In all temple, after Sringar Aarti, we do the Prabhupada puja, Guru puja. Huh? During Vyas Puja, we glorify our spiritual master. That point is going to come now. So after chanting the Pranam Mantra of the Diksha Guru, all the grand disciples, all of us, we are expected to recite the Srila Prabhupada. Always. Here is mentioned only one part, but we recite both the mantras. This is called law. The GBC, they have given the law, Iskcon law, this 7.2.1. There are few laws are there which are going to come now, one after another. Offering Aratika. While performing Aarti in the temple or the temple-related functions, a pujari may keep a small picture of his or her Diksha Guru. So if you are doing the Aarti in public place, you can keep your spiritual master picture, because without your Guru Maharaj, you should not do any function, anything. All our services should be performed under the guidance of a spiritual master. It means with him, not without him. I remember when Prabhuji had shifted our Vaibhav Prabhuji to the current location. So that day we had Baldev Prabhu from Chapati Temple. So he was visiting Rishwakish Prabhuji house. We had some meeting there. And Prabhu requested that even though the things has not come, but since Prabhuji is there, if his lotus feet comes in our house, we're very, very auspicious. I remember that. So Prabhuji arranged the Narsimha Aarti. So we were not doing the Aartis there, but he said, please come with Prabhuji. So we went there and he requested Prabhuji to do the Aarti. Nothing was there, just the picture was there and some paraphernalia. This Prabhu, can you perform the Aarti, first Aarti in this house, new house? And then I saw we all are standing with the Madan Kartal. Immediately we should have started, but he took 5 minutes. And then what he did finally, in his mobile phone, he got his Guru Maharaj picture and he kept it there. And then he did the Aarti. That was so inspiring, actually. So inspiring. That without our Guru, we cannot do any seva. All the seva we do under his guidance and through him. That was very inspiring. So that's what is mentioned here. The pujari may keep a small picture of his or her Diksha Guru on the Aarti tray or table instead of an altar. If it is a mandir temple, for example, in temple, sometimes you are visiting somewhere and they ask you to do the Aarti. Definitely should always carry his master picture with you all the time. As I mentioned, by traveling also, you should carry. And then you keep it, but not the altar, in the table. Altar table is there. Here also we do, sometimes you can see that here we're doing devotee while to see Aarti, they see that keeping there actually. And that picture should be smaller than Sri Prabhupada picture. If it is there, in the altar, like in the house also. In our home also, we should be very, very careful. The point will come here. Prad Diksha Guru is an Iskcon approved Guru, number one, in a good standing position. The picture of Diksha Guru should be smaller in the size. A very important aspect. There's a very, very small thing, but it's very intricate. That shows the mood. Guru always become very happy to see themselves as a servant of Sri Prabhupada, taking the lower position than Sri Prabhupada. Always they want to keep Sri Prabhupada at a very, very high position. Thank you, Prabhuji. I was in need of what actually. And shall be removed after the Aarti. In the public place, we should not keep our Guru Maharaj picture. You see, this is Iskcon law. You see, Iskcon law. What does it mean? It means none of us are expected to promote our spiritual master. We should promote only Sri Prabhupada. Only Sri. Guru Maharaj, we should keep in our heart. The disciple of Iskcon Guru, other than Sri Prabhupada, may offer Guru Puja to their Gurus outside the temple room. मंदिर में हम लोग कभी देखिए आप मंदिर में except Vyas Puja, nobody glorifies anybody else spiritual master. It's not allowed. Only Sri Prabhupada. Otherwise, just imagine after Sri Prabhupada Guru Puja, all the different disciples are doing their own spiritual master's Guru Puja. Just imagine what will be there. And the people who are coming for the first time, what they will see. This is called law. Everybody should be inspired to take part in the Sri Prabhupada Guru Puja. And if a disciple they want to do, they can do the private room somewhere. And only disciples of their Guru Maharaj, they can do something else. Like we do on the Vyas Puja day. Vyas Puja we do publicly actually. But at all, if you want to do sometimes, for example, two disciples, they met together and they said, let's do to the Guru Puja or spiritual master. They can do it, no problem. It's nice. They can do it. Again, important thing. We should be very much be aware of these things. Sometimes people they use His Divine Grace. There are few titles which are completely restricted and reserved only for Srila Prabhupada. His Divine Grace. This title cannot be used for our spiritual master. This is only reserved for His Divine Grace. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So this for him. And then Vishnupad. This also should not be used for our spiritual master or Deva. Only Guru Maharaj or Guru Deva, but not the like Vishnu Deva or Vishnupad. No, these titles should not be used. And Guru Deva, Guru Maharaj also publicly we should not speak. For example, now you are here, so I cannot say. If I want to give some example of my Guru Maharaj, I should not say my Guru Maharaj told like this, because you all are not disciples of my Guru Maharaj. So I'll say, His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj said once like this. I take his full name. I should not say my Guru Maharaj said like this. No. And rather, we should maximize the example of Srila Prabhupada. His Leela, his pastimes. We should try to introduce Srila Prabhupada more and more. Event welcoming Vaishnavas, including those serving as gurus to Iskcon temple, should be modest. And that is done everywhere. When they come, we can do loud kirtan with the mridanga, kartal, garland, chandan, arti, that can be done. For example, offering a sitting place, offering prasadam and something to drink, presentation of a garland, performance of kirtan, all accepted. Everywhere it is done. Which here we don't do, but in India, if you go anywhere else, from the airport, they start actually. When they go to receive the Maharaj, airport, loud kirtan, wonderful kirtan they do actually. One time, when Maharaj came and our disciple, he paid obeisances at the airport. Panchang Pranam. Maharaj became so furious. The sannyasi became so furious. He said, "What you are doing here? You don't know what is this place." He said, "I'm sorry, Maharaj, I just want." He said, "What is sorry?" He was so furious. One time, Jagat Maharaj was there. He said, "I do not want more than 2 people at the airport, and nobody will be doing even like this." He told. And after that, one devotee did like this there. He became, "Next time you will not come with me on the airport." And he was very heavy. So they really mean it. Because see, for us it may be like a sentiment, but for them it's a Srila Prabhupada movement. If this program stops in this country, they understand the repercussion. That Krishna consciousness is not spread out. For them, it's a big thing. We should not become sentimental. We should see the time, place, circumstances. And they understand. If they are understanding, what is our problem? They themselves are coming in the pant shirt. Just imagine the sannyasis, which is not supposed to wear this karmi dress. But for us, they are coming in the pant shirt. And we are showing our this thing there on the airport. I became very upset. After 5 minutes, he was all right, because they don't have anger against him. But he was teaching a lesson that should not. Vyas Puja for Iskcon current Diksha and Shiksha Guru, in order to focus more fully on Srila Prabhupada and every devotee's special relationship with him. These celebrations may be held in the temple room. Iskcon members conducting Vyas Puja ceremonies of Iskcon Gurus shall observe them in a modest way, significantly less elaborate than Srila Prabhupada Vyas Puja. Very important point. One time we discussed this point, remember that? Because one time there was a big Vyas Puja of Guru Maharaj, and Srila Prabhupada Vyas Puja was smaller. Then we made a point, it should not be like this. Please make sure that this is a law. Srila Prabhupada is Guru Maharaj. That should be done nicely. But this time we could not get the hall actually. The problem was our Prabhuji, he tried his best.
Actually, we could the hall, but from the school they cancelled.
They cancelled our booking actually. They canceled our booking. Now we got the hall actually tomorrow. But for that day they cancelled our booking. And you know, now this guy, I think I didn't share with you all. Where did the program Mayapur Hall? This guy is very upset. We had a 1 hour, almost like a verbal fight actually. Huh? The hall, he said so many people came and outside completely chaos. People were eating on the road and all the Harris became the side, outside people. The traffic was there, all the vehicles were parked there in their parking areas. Very 45 minutes. First, Prabhuji sent some message. Actually, he was saying no. Then I talked to him and then 45 minutes. Finally, we requested him, actually, this is the last time, it will not happen again. This is last warning. This is the last warning to all of you. Otherwise, you can see some other place. So that's what to do because beyond our control. In Iskcon, Vyas Puja books may be published only for Srila Prabhupada. That's what we did actually, and we have been doing. Prabhuji is very active in this. Every time he reminds us on time. We are publishing books for Srila Prabhupada every year. So these are the rules. What we are doing here, we can understand these are the laws. Nothing is whimsical. Are you getting my point? And that's what we're expected to do actually. Srila Prabhupada mentioned the GBC laws are Prabhupada's instructions. In one of the slide I shown before, last week, Prabhupada mentioned that if someone says, I follow you, but I don't follow GBC, then he's hypocrite. Honor the picture. There is no difference between me and my picture. Therefore, we should honor and keep picture in that spirit. Actually, for spiritual master, anything, his picture, his articles should be respected as good as spiritual master. One time Prabhupada was there and somebody came and Prabhupada glass was there and he just crossed it. Prabhupada called him, just as this is spiritual master glass. It's not ordinary. You should respect it. One time I had mentioned, one time in the Vada temple in GV, Golden Eco Village, with Mangalarti time, one devotee just came and he was rushing to the temple for the Mangalarti. It was late actually. He was just running and he came, he just threw his slipper like this and he just went. And his bag, his Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj was there. So Radha Swami, he called him, he said, Prabhu, please come. And he saw Maharaj is there. He came immediately. He said, don't you think this chappal has been serving you so nicely? How long have you been using this chappal? He said, Maharaj, 1 year. He said, 1 year is serving you. It has been serving you. Saving you from the pebbles, thorns, and these things. Don't you have reciprocation with chappal? Let us keep them nicely. See? Immediately he went. हाथ उठा के अच्छे से रखा चप्पल को हाथ धो के फिर मंदिर में गया. It's simple thing, but it shows your etiquette, your mindset. How a devotee cannot behave like a karmis. We understand the entire perspective now. Devotee is always very cautious. Always very cautious. You see, Maharaj said like this. So what to speak of spiritual master article? That was my last slide about the Guru Puja. Is there any question or any clarification needed? We are trying to understand Prabhupada's position and what we do in Iskcon, why we do it. There are laws governing these things, right? Nothing is whimsical. Everything is governed by the GBC laws, Iskcon laws. And same thing we all are expected to follow, no matter wherever we are. Like if you can say, okay, here nobody's going to come. But here also, if I'm going to keep the picture of my spiritual master, we should try to keep them smaller size of Shiva. They'll be happy. We are not doing something for our happiness. We are doing something for their happiness. So they become very happy. Sometimes you see when His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Maharaj comes here very often, when his Vyasasana is, wherever the order is there, if his Vyasasana is above the Srila Prabhupada picture level, he will not sit. It happened several times. We changed actually in the program, main program. Because some programs we're not having the altar. We just kept this mobile altar. The mobile altar Prabhupada is here, right? And his asana is like this. He should remove the asana. I cannot be more than Shri Prabhupada. They are so particular. That every action is very much, completely structured and yes, cautious, fully cautious.
Concentrated.
So they are very much conscious of these things. And we should also learn these things. That always keep us in the position of servant. Servant is always servant. The good servant is always in the servant mood. Okay, anything else? Any question? Prabhuji? So Guru Puja clear ho gayi? Guru Puja, Shri Prabhupada Puja, and how to present our spiritual master in the public place, how to put his picture while performing the arti also. Hari Bhakti Vilas says कि अपने Guru, we should try to keep it very secret actually. Our mala, our Guru, our Bhakti. We should not expose it. It's very confidential. इसे बहुत छुपा के रखना चाहिए. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. So we completed the 8th session now. Now remaining 5 sessions, 6 sessions are there. We'll try to cover 2, 3 next week, and then before 10th will come. Then finally the exam, simple exam, or based on this points. The research will be issued. Thank you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Yad kirtanam, yad smaranam, yad ikshanam, yad vandanam, yad shamanam, yad arhanam, lokas saddho vidhnoti kalmasham, tasmai subhadra shabashe